Hello, everybody. Hi, my name is Drevon Hughes, and I currently go to Ivy Tech Community College for Business Admin and Supply Chain and Logistics. And for my topic, I was chosen to do the railroads and transportation. So we're going to go ahead and talk about why it's important and everything. All right. So to first start out, we're going to talk about what railroads do, why they're important, some of the facts about it, some of the features that are also included with it. And then after that, we're just going to go ahead and hit up with the conclusion. And then at the end of this presentation, I will also have some of the reference that I used to be able to come up with all the information available for you to read. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into some of the facts that I thought was very interesting about this. So as you can see in the bar chart, in the bar graph available to the left of you, we can see how truck freight uses a lot of greenhouse gases, a lot of emission, and then we can see that railroads don't typically do that. Railroads are amazing because they can move huge amounts of goods over a really long distance, and they do it very, very, very efficiently. For example, things like coal, chemicals, and agriculture, they move those very productively and efficiently. Plus, they're one of the most energy-friendly ways to ship freight. Like I said, as you can tell from the bar, they use about 75% less of greenhouse gases than trucks do. So this is very, very good for our environment. All right, on this slide, I have for why is this important for supply chain. So as you can see the many different routes that we do take. What makes railroad unique is that they run on fixed tracks. This means that they're less flexible than trucks, but this fixed system also helps them make them be super reliable and consistent for heavy and bulky good items, and being able to transport everything, environmentally friendly. And then on this page, we can also see some of the railroad features and why it makes it unique. One of the websites that I did see on there, the American Association of Railroads, they quoted that railroads carry about 40% of U.S. freight ton miles annually. That's a huge proportion, showing how important railroads are to the supply chain of this. This also helps out with a lot of companies with knowing, saving money on whenever it comes to transporting some of these goods. All right, so now we've reached the conclusion of it. So like I said, after giving you guys the facts and everything and introducing you guys to what railroads are, I feel like railroads are very helpful, environmentally. They're very cost efficient, and there's also environmental benefits to this, as I said. And then also another thing is that it holds big bulks, which can help transport goods, a decent amount of goods over a short period of time. They keep goods moving across the country and support industries by connecting production area to markets. Also, I want to thank you guys for listening to my presentation today. Thank you.